I am joined now by Crystal Lewis with Caring Clothing Co-op. Say that 10 times fast. Welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
My absolute pleasure. So I want to talk about your business because I think that it's like really unique. Obviously, it's a nonprofit. And the way this started was really cool, right? It started with a question your kids posed to you, right?
Yeah, so my kids came home from school saying that teachers were having to take kids' socks off during the winter because they were getting wet out at recess. And so in our family, it's a big thing for hand-me-downs. So we started sending boots there, and that's kind of how it started.
When did that happen? When did that conversation happen?
Oh gosh, that would have been about 10 years ago.
Wow. So still rolling, still moving on, still helping our community. So for those that don't know, tell me a little bit about Caring Clothing Co-op. What's it all about?
Okay, so we are all about helping people in our community and surrounding areas. You don't have to be from here to come see us. We do free clothing. We do a back to school giveaway the weekend before school starts, so that if kids couldn't get new clothes, they could at least get new to them clothes. We take beds and bedding and medical supplies, all of that kind of thing.
You guys are located in New Carlisle, right?
Correct.
So is it my understanding that you don't ask any questions? They come in and basically, do they just take what they need, or what's that process?
Yep, they just take what they need. We don't ask for any identification or anything. They just are able to come in there and get what they need.
And was I reading this right? You have from infants to men to women and everything in between.
Absolutely. Yep.
Wow. You know, obviously your kid posed that question to you and was saying, hey, there are some kids in my class that don't have. I think a lot of us can really relate to this right now, especially with, I feel like this uncertainty with, we're seeing inflation going crazy. Everything is costing more, from rent to gas to even just trying to go to the grocery store. Why is this so important to have in our community?
Um, because we need to make our kids and our adults feel good about themselves. So when they go to job interviews or when they go to school, they are dressed nicely and can feel really good about themselves.
Yeah, you're a mom. So can you imagine what would it be like for your kids if maybe they didn't have the proper shoes or they didn't have clean clothes? Like, how would that change their day to day?
Right. And that would be a complete struggle for them. And that is why I don't want to see anybody else having to go through that.
And did I say this right? You said you have always had hand-me-downs, even from your family. And I think you said something when we had talked to you, as I mentioned, back in 2018 originally. A need is a need. A hand-me-down is really just as good as anything when you're in need of something.
Absolutely. And the clothing that we take, we make sure there's no holes or stains. I mean, it has to be in pretty pristine condition for us to take it.
You said about 10 years you've been doing this. What's your why? Like, why do you keep doing this personally? Obviously, there's a need for our community, but what is it for you that makes you say, nope, we're going to keep this going no matter what?
There's, I believe wholeheartedly that there is a thing that people are meant to do in life, and this is my happy. This is the thing that makes me, it just makes me absolutely thrilled when I can help somebody, and we do have gone above and beyond even clothing. I mean, we've helped with furnaces and helping with cars and those kind of things. So there's things that aren't posted that we do even behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, so if someone's looking for something specific, or maybe was I seeing maybe a bed was even given away too?
Yep, and we do also air conditioners and heaters if needed. So those are some things that we could use also.
Wow, like unstoppable. So if they are in need of something and maybe it's not just a clothing item, this may take a little bit more time to find. Do they reach out to you, or what does that look like?
Yep, if anybody just messages me on my Facebook page or my email, or you can even call me, and we will work really hard to get the things that people need.
I love that you said that. I do. I feel like people are called to certain things, and they get led down a certain path. And I can't imagine not seeing people come in there, helping them out and just having this massive joy. I don't mean to put you on the spot. Is there like a story or anything that has stuck out to you through the years that will always sit with you, or just makes you smile?
Oh yeah. One of our first big cases was somebody had lost their mother, and so they had a house full of furniture. And at the same time that happened, I got a phone call from a local community health center, and they said there was a woman who had just gotten out of she had just gotten out of a homeless shelter, and she needed everything. And when we went to her, we rented a U-Haul, and we packed up the entire house, and then we drove it over there. And she was sleeping on a small foam mat with her dog, and
Oh,
she had McDonald's cups to drink out of. And we then we spent the entire evening setting up the whole house, from beds to clothing to everything.
oh my God, that like just that's life changing.
It
And I
is
think
very much so.
And I think that's what's so amazing about your business is it's not just a shirt, it's not just socks, it's not just shoes, it's not just pants, it's not just a heater. These are basic necessities that without drastically change your life.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you obviously can't do this without our community. So what do you need? How can we help you?
Well, right now we're in need of obviously air conditioners because the heat is just horrible.
Yeah.
And we could use backpacks and school supplies for our backpack giveaway. We do this complete family. So it's my parents and my household. We all do this, and my daughter's in charge of the backpack giveaway. So we need to start packing some backpacks.
I love that. So school supplies, backpacks, air conditioners, and everything in between. And you know what? You have probably been seeing this too. We talk about supply chain issues, and that is so like crucial when it comes to school supplies. Like we're seeing that it's really hard to get some of these in, and the costs are going up. So really, these families are going to be in need of this a lot. So you probably need a lot of it too.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see an influx of people this fall.
Okay, so where are you located? And do people just like stop by anytime, or are there certain hours?
We are open mainly on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 6:30 Eastern time, and we're located at 6019 North 750 North in New Carlisle.
And
So
so,
if
oh,
they
go
can
ahead.
just call me, if they can just Google search us and just call me, and we'll set up something for a drop off.
Oh my gosh, you are changing lives. I really appreciate you getting on here with me because it is such an important service that you are offering to our community, especially right now. I think we're all really feeling pinching those pennies, and everybody should feel good as they head out in their day and comfortable. So you're doing that for people.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anything else we should add? Anything else that you want to mention or say?
I am very grateful for our community for stepping up and letting me continue to do this for people.